Tonight on The South Today, Southland's Charity Hospital prepares to lay its funding bricks with a new opening target set. Frustrations mount in eastern Christchurch as residents battle against a smelly composting plant. And Otago University researchers come up with an innovative machine which could revolutionise food science. Kia ora, good evening. I'm Dave Gooselink. The Southland Charity Hospital in Invercargill is taking shape, with the team behind the facility keen to see it operating by the end of the year. All the workforce of volunteers, which meant construction work was delayed during the COVID-19 pandemic, but there's confidence progress is going well.
Stacks upon stacks of bricks, symbolising the large number of donors who've helped make Southland's new charity hospital build possible. The former Clifton Tavern in Invercargill is being converted into the new facility. Charity Hospital board member Janet Copeland says she's been overwhelmed by the extent of people's generosity.
Some of the generous donations we've seen are really large, and I think people just understand that our healthcare system perhaps is a little bit broken and that we need to provide support to people.
The project was initiated by the late Blair Vining, who experienced significant gaps in the health system firsthand when he was diagnosed with terminal bowel cancer. The charity hospital is aiming to fill some of those gaps across Southland and Otago, with services to be available for people everywhere south of Oamaru. The centre will feature a fully equipped operating room, a dental suite, 6 recovery beds and other health facilities providing a range of services.
We want to ensure that anyone who needs our care and who passes the means test and has that unmet need, we can hopefully do our best to deliver that care to them.
The Trust has received almost $6 million of donations towards the build. The project's been underway for about 18 months, and while there's still plenty of work to complete, Copeland says the renovation is progressing well.
The generosity that people have had in giving their time and resources and money has meant that we've been able to achieve, I think, an enormous amount in what really is a relatively short period of time.
The goal is to be open and operating by the end of the year, starting to provide much needed services for the southern community. In Invercargill, The South Today.
Police swooped on 2 locations in Alexandra this morning, seeking a person of interest. Teams of officers converged on a house in Centennial Ave and an industrial address in Russell Street. At the peak of the operation, 6 police cars were at the first address. Officers were seen examining a car parked on the front lawn, and a neighbour told the Otago Daily Times the house had been raided previously. The frustration continues for eastern Christchurch residents in their long battle to get a smelly composting plant removed from the area. The Christchurch City Council's begun public consultation on the Bromley facility with the aim of finding a short-term solution by Christmas.
Impassioned pleas from frustrated Bromley residents to councillors on Wednesday.
Here I am emotional again, sorry about that, but this is me, talking about me, how it affects me. I've been the most unwell this year as I've ever been in my whole entire life. Pneumonia in January, lung infection in May, now asthma and shingles.
Angry Bromley residents want to see a stinky compost plant in their area closed immediately. They've been complaining about the smell coming from the council-run Living Earth Organics plant for a number of years.
They told us to suck it up. She told us if we didn't like it, we could sell our houses and move on. Well, I move on at night in the summer because I've got to go and sleep in the lay-by up in Sumner and in New Brighton to get out of the bloody stench so I can sleep.
Earlier this year, city councillors vowed to close the compost plant as soon as practicable and to find a temporary fix for the suburb stench. Bromley school teacher Kathy Baker says the problems had a huge impact on health at the school, with a large number of absentee pupils.
Some days we cannot let our children play outside. We don't know what is happening inside their lungs. we need to provide a much cleaner health for our children. Flies in our classrooms. We are riddled with flies.
The public will be consulted on what to do with the organic waste in Bromley until the plant is shifted. Results from the consultation process will be presented to Council in December. They'll have to decide on a short-term fix, along with settling on a permanent solution to the smelly compost plant. In Christchurch, the South Today.
Well, the screens are live on an action-packed film festival in Wanaka tomorrow with an exciting lineup of award-winning short films and world-class speakers. The NZ Mountain Film and Book Festival will run for 5 days in Wanaka, followed by 2 days in Queenstown, along with an online program for those outside Central Otago. The festival features an impressive 58 short films, showcasing epic tales of travel and exploration from every corner of the globe, including 11 world premieres. The event's also had a reputation for attracting some big names over the years, with top American climber and skier Brett Harrington among the guest speakers this year. An education program will give local secondary school children the chance to hear about her adventures and see some film clips. Organisers hope this year's festival will encourage people to explore the outdoors and inspire them to look after the environment. Well, Otago University is on the forefront of food science with a new machine that scientists say can turn a low-value beef cut into a high-quality one. The new technology is yet to be rolled out into the field, but one professor is excited about its future.
Starting up the future of the food industry. This big machine could be a game changer for the food waste crisis. The team say it's the first technology of its kind and operating from Dunedin. Otago University food scientist Indraweti Wee co-developed a meat chamber for the machine, which uses pulsing electric fields to process the food in a few seconds.
This technology, you can enhance the release of the flavor compounds and also the bioactive compounds that you can make also increase the flavor release from the product.
Pulse electric field processing sends electric currents over food and could help turn a low-value beef cut into a high-quality steak.
We do not need any MSG, so this technique is purely natural process.
The machine could have major implications for the food industry, with Otago tertiary students the first in line to learn how to use it. In Dunedin, the South Today.
FIRKNA still to come on the South Today. The shortest day prompts some hardy souls to tackle a polar plunge in Central Otago, and Cromwell's growing population puts the squeeze on the town's sports fields.
Risk of developing melanoma skin cancer, you owe it to yourself to have a mole map. Mole map is coming to your area. Phone today to make an appointment. It could save your life.
Drive away your way with 3 incredible offers on the Honda CR-V Adventure Ready range. Choose from 2.9% finance with 0 deposit, third finance, or lease a new CR-V from just $136 per week. These offers are only available for a limited time, so be in quick. From Honda.
Aero, used by Australia's top bowlers with their unique Z-scoop grip that redefines the game. Machined with robotics for unparalleled accuracy, Aero, same line, every time.
Here at Age Concern Otago, we offer a range of services to support Otago seniors to age well with dignity and independence. We provide social work support, visiting service, health promotion and social activities. Check out what we have on offer at ageconcernotago.com.
Welcome back. A group of Clyde School pupils have braved the cold, diving headfirst into the first polar plunge of the year in the south. Despite being a brisk 3 degrees on land, Clyde primary school pupils and even a few parents stripped down to their swimsuits and took the plunge in the icy cold Lake Dunstan. The children were told they had to fully immerse themselves, just dunking their hair didn't count. After braving the freezing cold water, the hardy bunch quickly ran back to land, straight to the warmth of their towels and robes. This was the first of a number of dips in the south to mark the winter solstice, with Wanaka and Queenstown people taking on the challenge tonight, and Dunedin's polar plunge set to take place at St Clair Beach on Sunday. Well, the growing population in Cromwell and surrounding areas is putting huge strain on the town's limited sporting facilities. A new report says Cromwell will need 4 more full-size sports fields over the next decade, with children already having to travel to play their games.
A well-used sports field is a seemingly hot commodity in this central Otago town. Demand for sports spaces is high in Cromwell, according to a new report commissioned for the Central Otago District Council. The town's growing population is proving an issue for children's sports, with many kids having to travel to Queenstown to play due to Cromwell's grounds being full.
I think sport is really grounding for the kids to be part of team sports and part of general overall health and wellbeing. For us, it's quite an important part of our family life.
The report says Cromwell would need another sports field this year to keep up with current demand and may need 3 grounds more by 2033.
Being able to provide the capacity for all sports, not just the traditional sports, and let's think big.
She admits the lack of sports grounds is a wider issue across all of Central Otago, with the District Council considering 13 recommendations from the new report. In Cromwell, the South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on the South Today. Construction work is on track at the Southland Charity Hospital, with the facility hoping to be open before Christmas. Residents plead with the Christchurch City Council for a quicker solution to the stinky Bromley compost plant problem. And food science technology developed at Otago University could help transform low-quality meat into high-quality delicacies. Now taking a look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT, we welcome Associate Editor Mike Houlihan. Welcome, Mike.
Evening, Dave.
What's tomorrow?
Well, tomorrow the poor old University of Otago, already under some pressure, is under more financial pressure. It turns out that its donors, from overseas in particular, who've offered several thousands of dollars in the past, are a little bit antsy about its current financial situation and are looking at closing their checkbooks up again, which will not be helpful to the...
Won't help the situation.
Not in the slightest. Speaking of other beleaguered places, the Gore District Council, the gift that never stops giving. We've got some details under the OIA of some interactions between the Chief Executive and the Mayor, which demonstrate the amount of strain in that relationship. We've got a bit of a heartbreaking story about people who are caring for loved ones at home and the predicament they find themselves in terms of the financial burden that places upon them. And being Friday, we have our sports tabloid, which this week leads with the Otago swimmers who are representing the country in the World Swimming Champs very shortly.
Excellent. A good week for sport. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
The South Today weather, proudly brought to you by MoleMap, the skin cancer detection specialists.
Starting with the situation, more periods of humid northeasterly airflow will circulate over the region tomorrow and through to the weekend. Heading to the top of the South Island, rainy in Nelson and Christchurch, both heading for 13. Greymouth gets away with some cloud and 14 degrees. Travelling to South Canterbury and North Otago, moderate nor'easterlies and 12 degrees across the region here. Ashburton gets the rain, but just cloudy for Timaru and Oamaru. Heading westwards to the Central Lakes and expect light winds and some high cloud here. 11 degrees for Wanaka, Queenstown and Alexandra. Heading further south and light northerlies for Balclutha and Gore. Some cloud and 14 degrees there. The Catlins is in for cloud and moderate nor'easterlies and 12 degrees. Travelling across to Invercargill, fine tonight and a low of 4 degrees. Mostly fine tomorrow though, there'll be sunny periods and high cloud, heading for 15. And for Saturday, expect mild conditions with light northeast winds, also looking for 15 degrees. And finally heading to Dunedin, low cloud tonight and 8 degree low. Cloudy tomorrow, light winds in the morning with moderate nor'easterly winds during the afternoon, but expect drizzle patches tomorrow night and down to 8 degrees. Saturday it'll be cloudy with frequent drizzle patches. Expect fresh breezy nor'easterlies and a high of 12 degrees. And that's the news this Thursday. For the latest news and videos from the southern region, head online to odt.co.nz. You can follow Channel 39 on YouTube to catch our news bulletins on demand. We're also on Facebook. Just search for the South Today NZ to see our favourite stories from around the regions. We'll see you again tomorrow. Ka kite popo.
Public interest journalism funded through New Zealand On Air.